Hey, everybody, you know what time it is. It's the same time every week, when we try to take over the world. Or do we make peace with the world or the ultimate ambush predator or some goofy thing like that? Hey, everybody, I hope you're all doing well. It is Syntax, and I am back. And hello, everybody in the chat. How's it going? I hope you're doing well. I just want to go over my notes. My notes don't fill up a full page, but they do fill up a hell of a lot more than last week. I'll tell you that much. So, I'm just going to dive right into it. But before I do, I got to wet my whistle. Don't worry, it's not beer. At least not this time. All right. First things first. In case anybody's wondering, yes, the series Make Peace, ? Is complete. Can it be extended? Yes. However, it has not done very well at all. It has actually done very poorly as far as views go. It started off good, and I don't know, maybe it's because I tried something new, because I did try in particular to make something a little more than just, hey, look at me, I'm a badass. Let's try and get a little more intrigue in here, and apparently didn't go over so well. But for those of you who enjoyed it, I'm glad you did. And I thank you, everybody, for the comments, even those who like, I'm first, I'm third, I'm 48th, all that fun stuff. It all helps. It all helps the algorithm. And again, I appreciate everything you guys do. So on to the next one. Now, in Make Peace, I just want to clarify a few things here. With the airstrike, that was not an A-10. That was a pair of F-15 Strike Eagles. And the gun was actually their M61A1 20 millimeter rotary cannon. And the reason that he heard it is because they were going at treetop level, which is also known as napping the earth. And that's why he heard the guns before the shot, because they were going right over his head. So, yeah. That's how that came out. I know everybody loves the A-10. I love the A-10. I think it's great. It's our tank with wings, and which is cool, but it wasn't there this time. In particular, I will say I got the inspiration for that from the Air National Guard, who's actually not that far from us. And whenever they do their summer training, that's what they fly, is F-15 Strike Eagles. And they make a hell of a racket. Holy shit. Ava's lagging bad. Oh, boy. Hopefully, reset it, Ava. Maybe that'll help. I had the same thing with a buddy of mine's podcast the other day. I had to reset it like 3 times. It was horrible. Okay, on that same story, I thought this was funny. You guys come up with some of the weirdest stuff in the comment section. Somebody thought the glomtics were slime bonobos, and I just lost it. That was funny, guys. That was really funny. If you don't know, bonobos are I don't want to say monkey. They're an ape species that has no natural predators and is completely run by a matriarchal system, 100%. However, I have to clarify this. For the series Make Peace, that is not the way the glomtics are, because the glomtics are actually not male or female. As you notice, when they reproduce, they're like an actual cell. They divide, and they create 2 of themselves. That's how they reproduce, but it takes a long, long time for that to happen, no matter how much they eat. So when it came to the reptilians, they are run by a matriarchal society. That was, I think somebody got their lines crossed there, so I wanted to even that out. All right, on the next part here, the next story it's going to take a while. Guys, today I couldn't finish it. It's right here, and I got 6, 7, 8 pages done today, and it's still going. I'm about maybe halfway done with this one. And you guys know I'm not going to give you crap, okay? If it turns into crap, I don't post it, period. I don't do that. I'm not one of these idiots who does the AI stories and just cut and paste stuff and says, hey, AI, figure me a thumbnail. And, oh, God damn. It's hard to listen to. It could be a great story. My hat's off to the authors for most of them. Some of them suck, but you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. The AI run stories are just, there's no passion to it. But I just want to let you know there won't be anything dropping tonight. I just haven't had time. I had a family emergency this morning. I didn't even get finished with my workout. I had to freaking take off and do all that sort of thing. So, yeah, that's the downside. That's the downside of the force. I'm going to go to the upside next. The t-shirts are almost complete, people. Okay. They're just going through their final tweaks. And I go down there either tomorrow or Friday. And I'm going to make sure the payment is done and they're going to make the t-shirts. The t-shirts will, in fact, go out when we hit 9,000 subscribers. Because you know what happens when it's over 9,000? Okay, we all know that one. So I just want to make sure that is something that goes out to everybody. Now, back to the comment section over the past week. I don't know who this guy is. Do I actually sound like Christian Slater? I don't know who this guy. I think I know what he looks like with the oh, sorry, something on here. I think I can picture this guy. I think he's an actor. I think he's a pretty boy actor. I could be wrong. You guys could fix me in the comment section. But holy jumping Jehoshaphat, if I sound like somebody, let me know. I'll have to listen to him. Do I sound that way? The problem is you never actually hear yourself. Believe me, I know some people think they can sing. Believe me, they can't. Guess what? I'm one of them. So it would be nice to know. That was just funny, though. I mean, seriously, somebody told me that I look like Nicolas Cage. I'm like, whatever. And all I can say is no. Okay, next on the notes is after this next story is done, the one I just showed you with all the notes here. Yay, fun. I'm going to be going over the When You Are the Alien series. I'm going to keep working on that. That one wasn't actually finished. And also, oh yeah, I was going to do the hard on the outside, chewy on the inside story. I forget the actual title on that one that I gave it. That one was never actually finished. I'd like to finish those. Along with that, fan suggestions. Yes, I do have all my fan suggestions here. I have not forgot about them. It's just sometimes I'll get on one story and it takes forever to finish. And this past one was supposed to be a one-off, like 1 hour long or an hour and a half long and done. I just didn't have enough time to sit down and do the entire thing. It would have taken me about 3 days to finish. And I wanted to get something out to you guys because I want to make you guys happy. That's what I'm here for. I am here to make you happy. I would say to give you pleasure, but that just sounds wrong. So, even though that's kind of the same thing. So that is the end of the notes for right now. And I mean, we blew through that in a matter of what, 7.5, almost 8 minutes. And for those who are in other parts of the world, I will have to say, if you're wondering why this came on at a different time, it's because here in the US, they do their time change. Okay. They spring forward, fall back. It's just the way it is. I can't change it. Maybe I should go back in time and slap Ben Franklin across the face for doing it. But I mean, it is what it is. If you don't know why it was, it's very simple. It's because back in the day, we were an agrarian society and we need to make sure that if kids are going to go to school, they still have time to do their morning chores. And that was it. That was the whole reason. It wasn't anything fancy. It wasn't, oh, we're just trying to not be like Europe. No, it doesn't fly. If we truly not wanted to be anything like Europe, we would have freaking disassembled a French chick over in the New York Harbor and sent it back. So anyway, that's the end of my notes right here. So I'm going to go into the comment section. This is the area where you guys can ask me anything you want. If you have anything that's confusing on any story, if you have any comments, critiques, complaints even, I don't give a shit. Send them. I want them because I want to make better content. So looking at the list of folks are here. We got Ava, Demon, Isaac's here. Oh, hey, Isaac. Cody's here. The gang's all here. Okay. Michael saying, waiting to see what's next tonight. Unfortunately, like I said, nothing's going to come out tonight. I'm just not done with it. Now, I will say this. I'm taking this notepad here, and it's going with me. I got to take my dad to the VA. And while he's going through all his stuff, I'm going to sit there and just sketch. I'm unlike before. I'm not going to put Angry Birds on my phone and play. I'm going to sit and write. And that way I got time. I got to maximize my time. Okay. Ava says, when life somehow gets something wrong, we're all here. Murphy, why did you do this, man? Murphy, oh shit! You know what? I keep forgetting to do that. I got to go into this stack that I got over here and grab my Murphy's Law wherever the hell I left it. Let's see. Ava says her data stream is back. She's back. Watch it is Ava's back, especially if you're playing freaking what is that? Helldivers? Apparently, Ava, everybody told me that you like to fall on someone's head, do a good old death from above. Look out below, you son of, good way to say kiss my ass when you're literally landing butt first on someone's face. Okay, I just realized what I just said, and that does sound wrong. You know what? I don't even care anymore. Oh, here's another thing that sounded wrong. Cody says, here, they play with time. Yeah, they do. Yeah, everybody does hate the time change, Demon. Cruel and unusual. Yeah, it is cruel and unusual. Ava says 18th century 100-pound cannon in museum. Aliens find out about recoil. I actually talked about recoil in this last story. They can't fire anything stronger than a 22 because if they put it to their shoulder, it's like a cartoon. It will actually go through their shoulder and come back out. It's yeah. So that would be, honestly, that'd be funny as hell. Oh, is this a human weapon? What's it like? As they watch the guy slowly go that way. Then the commander can walk up, look at him, and go, "You're an idiot." That's that. I'm gonna write that down, Ava. That's funny. 100-pound can't. Well, they weren't actually 100-pounders, but. So 100-pound can of recoil. And I'm going to put down here alien idiot. Also known in my old line of work as an ID10T. If you don't know what that is, write it down. ID10T, and you'll see what it is. Let's see. Yes, I land on team killers. They meet democracy 2 cheeks at a time. Ava, you got a mean streak to you, Ava. You do, and I love it. Don't ever change. Yeah, actually, Fabian, a lot of people are having trouble connecting, so we're not going to be on too long tonight. If everybody's having issues, that's just not good for me, not good for you guys. Fabian Jackson, how is everybody today? Well, I am exhausted, and I'll tell you what, it's not fun to get a phone call when you're sprinting on the treadmill and then suddenly have to hit stop, slide off the back, and go out the door. Anybody who's actually had to do that from full stop and 30 seconds later, you're sitting still in a car for the next 30 minutes. You know how much that hurts when you go to stand up. Let's see. Demon says, Kale sends his regards since he missed the stream. Oh, shit. Yeah, probably due to the time change. That sucks. ID10C, any relations to Bravo Foxtrot? It's actually Bravo Mike Foxtrots, bad motherfuckers. Yeah, well, it's not really cramps, Fabian. It's just the muscle tightening up. That's why you want to do a static stretch when you're done. I didn't get a chance to do the static stretch. I've been so busy all day, I haven't had a chance to stretch out, and my legs are still tight. Let's see. Cody says window updates are going out. Oh, yes, that's right. Yes. I actually just had to update it. Why do they update something that have they never learned the idea? If it works, don't fix it. Dumbass. Let's see. Ava says snakes meet a 100-ton steamroller. Oh. Ugh. What are they going to do? Catch the tip and slowly go forward? That's, oh. For anybody who doesn't actually know the physics behind that, if you were to, in fact, roll someone over with something heavy, and by the way, this unfortunately did happen to a guy in a training area where a tank rolled over him while he was asleep. He woke up about a half a second before the roller went from his feet up to his head. Well, since we're mostly water, it literally pushes all the fluids and organs up. And then, it's like he said in Zombieland, your head is the cap of toothpaste, and it literally blows your mind. I mean, it's just, it's disgusting, disturbing. And honestly, that scene in Band of Brothers where the guy gets run over by the Tiger tank, even though Tiger tanks weren't used in that battle, oh, I'm sorry. No, there's a reason why tankers call us crunchies, because that's the sound we make when they run us over. They got it exactly right. It's literally like crunching up like Rice Krispies as all the bones break in your body. It's disgusting, which is why I like to put it in the stories when I can. Demon says apparently it's War Sniper's birthday today. Well, War Sniper, if you're here, happy birthday. One more rotation around the sun down. How many more you got left? Hopefully all of them. Windows update to keep out the hackers. It's literally war happening. We don't say that's actually true. For those that haven't been up on that one, there's a huge battle going on. It's been going on for a pretty long time. I think let me remember it. 2012, I believe, is when it really officially kicked off, when people started hacking the living crap out of every single computer, government, civilian, didn't matter. It really started 2012, 2013, and it's been getting just crazy. I mean, these hackers go back and forth all the time, and who gets caught in the middle? Us. People who don't give a shit. I mean, we're not part of this. Fabian says, give us a grrr. Is that like was that kind of like a pirate R, or was that a kind of like the grr from the A10? Okay, that didn't sound anything like an A10. Actually, I had a Chinook fly past the house today, and oh boy, I was suddenly awake. Okay, Demon says, as long as the AI is better, the Google's Gemini AI, I guess that's okay, but doesn't have, yeah, the Gemini AI, as soon as they started race swapping everybody like it's some sort of Netflix show, I was done. I was seriously done. I can't believe they actually did that crap. And honestly, I think the guy who coded it should be dragged into the street and given a good once over, or twice over, or 3 times over. That'd be fun, just for the hell of it. Okay. Ava says, I wonder what would aliens fear more, a sham shield or a construction laborer that just wants to. That's actually true. That's a good one, Ava. I haven't heard sham shield in a while. And that's for the E4s in the Army. That's they always try to sham or skate or basically try to do nothing, try to give all their stuff to the lower ranks, even though they're the ones who are supposed to be getting ready to be a NCO. But the thing is, they will find ways to do things. Holy crap. The E4 Mafia is a thing. If you went up and said, you got 2 guys here, here's 2 guys, here's 2 shovels, here's 3 tons of dirt, I want it moved 50 feet that way, it will be done. Chances are it might not be done with shovels. It might suddenly find some heavy equipment that suddenly might move the dirt 50 feet and suddenly would disappear right afterwards, and you would suddenly not remember who you saw driving it, but it would be done. And the construction laborer who just wants to take a nap, yeah, it's basically the same thing. Basically, just don't screw with it. And I was actually debating in the last story if I should go in somebody picking up a 2x4 and cracking some reptilians over the face, right in the snout. Although I will say this for my European fans, I specifically did not say baseball bat when they were going out there with bats because I didn't know if I was going to piss anybody off saying cricket bat or baseball bat. So I figured just the bat. And honestly, both of them are a big hunk of hickory or whatever. Smells like rich mahogany. And bam! And then you look to the bleachers. Woo! It's out of here. Tarred and feathered. Yes. Yes, Kobe. That would be a good one. But make sure that tar is about, I don't know, 3,000 degrees. Armor meets angle grinder. See that? I've used enough angle grinders and I've actually put them against armor. It doesn't work as well as you think. You would think so. The old original plates, about maybe 5 or 6 seconds, and it's already starting to go through, but you got to hold it in place. Somebody's not going to sit there and go, "Oh, somebody's cutting through my armor. I'm just going to stand here and watch." It doesn't pass the sniff test. Demon says, that just reminded me of a video of a guy smacking a gator with a frying pan. Yeah, people underestimate the frying pans. Can it be used as an actual weapon? Absolutely. It can kill somebody. It's a really big piece of heavy metal. I mean, just boom. Oh, it's not fun. Actually, they made a reference to that in that god awful. Well, it wasn't a show. The show was bad. The comic was good. Invincible, where some woman said, "Shut up," and she hit somebody on the head with a frying pan. It caved in their skull. That is exactly what would happen. Ava says, not referring to AR 500. I'm talking ceramics. Okay. Oh, okay. Now I know what you're talking. Okay. Yeah. I'm not really going to be going in that one. Okay. Now, I'm going to go into some of the sort now. I don't know if you guys caught the slight reference on that, but when it came to the energy weapons being used, guess who was using the red energy bolts? Us. And the green and blue was being used by everyone else. Like the pale blue of Luke Skywalker's laser sword. Back when the series was good, before I referred to them as laser dildos. I mean, it was kind of a sly thing under there. So if anybody missed it, it's nothing. Okay, I also did. I'm going to ask to see if anybody puts it in the comment section. I did do a Sin City reference in one of the stories in the past week. I don't know if anybody actually got it. The one where when humans go loud, because when it's time to be quiet, you be quiet. But when it's time to go loud, screw being quiet, you be loud and you be nasty. And I don't know if you guys remember I'll let it go for a minute or two, see if anybody puts it in the comment section. Let's see. Ava says, I got a pickup truck and 1 ton of my custom C4. Anything. It's smoke torches turns into rocket fuel. All the fun. Yay! I think I'm reading that wrong. I got a pickup truck and 1 ton of my custom Okay. C4 into rocket fuel. I've used C4 to cook my dinner. For those of you who don't know, if you take C4, it's almost like silly putty. It's just a little bit thinner, but you can peel a piece off. You spread it out. You light it on fire. The thing burns at like 3,000 degrees for a few seconds. It won't explode unless you put pressure on it. But it'll boil a cup of water in a few seconds. It's crazy how quick it is. Let's see. Ava says, Kale found out about backblast recently in Helldiver. Who fired the RPG in front of his face? Oh, I'm pretty sure most of you already know, but the backblast is what comes out of the back end of the tube whenever you fire a rocket or missile. You don't want to stand behind it. There's plenty of videos, especially the original Iraqi army before we went in there and pretty much tore them up, where guys that have an RPG, they stand up, they don't realize three guys behind them, they fire it off, and those three guys go flying about 10 feet, usually killing one of them. And that backblast is no joke. Actually, there's videos online of my old unit 114 when we were in Samara City, and somebody used an AT-4 shoulder-fired rocket launcher into a building, and then later on, as the camera's going around, you hear that backblast ain't no joke. Yeah, no shit. And to any of you Brits watching, thank you for naming it the AT-4 for having the British accent. It's an 84 millimeter. So when they ask what's the name, so, it's AT-4. So AT-4, that's what our guys heard. The AT in 4 doesn't mean jack shit. Demon says, I never watched SimCity. I always meant to, just never did. The first one is good. The second one, I don't know. They tried to catch lightning in a bottle twice, and it didn't work. It just failed miserably. The first one, though, let's see. Well, since nobody actually got it, it's when the not so human buddy of theirs, when they were assaulting through, he jumped on and he said that this is going to be loud or it's not going to be quick and quiet like the humans like. It's going to be loud and nasty. My kind of kill, as he starts ripping somebody's throat out. And I'm not actually ruining any part of the movie on that. But when you hear that line, it's done so well. Oh, dear Lord, it's done so well. Let's see. Ava says, I was holding the recoils. Oh, so you're holding on. Fabian says, Play-Doh to us Englishmen. Yeah, well, actually, Play-Doh and Silly Putty are not, they don't, trust me, they don't feel the same. C4 is actually more dense than Play-Doh. It smells the same, though. It's amazing how similar they smell. It says the C4 I make produces smoke that any of the smoke touches goes up like napalm. Oh, yeah, you might want to recheck your chemical mix there, Ava. That's, yeah, I wouldn't be around that. If it's what I think it is, the smoke would be in the air. You might inhale it, and if that thing burns, the flame will go right down your throat. Yeah, not a good idea. Oh, we have a Hamish in the chat there. Hey, Hamish, how you doing? And everybody else is saying, hey, Hamish, long time no see. Sorry about the time change on that, Hamish, but that's what happens over here on the other side of the pond. Nitrotidine mixed with C4s. You're going to get my channel messed up. You start talking that stuff, Ava. I mean, they have the around, at least on this side of the pond, the things like the Anarchist Cookbook will get you in trouble. Oh, Amish there with New Zealand $5 super chat. Yeah, there he is. He says, hey, Sonny, hey. And hey, Ava, it's good to see you. Hey, Hamish, it's good to see anyone. Yeah, we can talk physics, Ava, but the chemical stuff with actual explosives that I don't get me wrong. I love the subject, but yeah. But anyway, Hamish, thank you for chiming in. It's good to see you here. I don't know if you actually got to the end of the video that was posted this morning. There might have been a little surprise for you and a few others. And by the way, I will be doing that now. Preferably on whatever comes out either Tuesday or Wednesday. I will be putting out the special thanks at that point. I won't be doing them every day because people have actually thanked me for not pulling an Aqua Squirrels and not putting that out every single freaking day. Don't get me wrong. He's kind of cool. I enjoy his channel. He does a good job at what he does, but yeah, I don't need that. I don't need to change what I do. However, I did want to put out a thanks to you guys on that one. Let me get a drink here. Damn, thirstier than I thought. All right. Looks like the chats are starting to slow down a bit here. So I wanted to put this out a little something that kind of kicked in. I was watching Starship Troopers, the Trader on Mars, and they were showing how their turrets were firing and it wasn't causing the ship to recoil. Well, fun thing, if you are using heat and light-based energy weapons, you don't have to worry about it. So if anybody's actually in making a story like that, if you don't want recoil from your weapons, that's the way to go. Projectile or particle lasers will cause it. You need to put something in there that says if your ship is going to be static, some sort of stabilizer has to kick in. Okay, even if you say, yeah, my stabilizer started to whine because it was trying to fight the recoil. That's one line. That's all you need. That's it. And it covers your ass. Okay, you got to, just like door gunners over in Vietnam who sat on their flak jackets, you got to cover your ass on that one. And it will make it so much better. And would they actually pierce through? Heat lasers will. If you get them powerful enough, they will get that hot. The problem is, if you're doing hard science fiction, you're only going to be able to fire something that hot once every few hours. It's absolutely insane. You can't just rapid fire something like that. Excuse me. Main reason, heat does not dissipate for shit. It takes a long time for the coolant system. I've hit that on several different stories when I'm really trying to show that. Now, what you can do, and which I did in the previous story, is if your ship's coming in and you're trying to hit a target that's, say, over here, this is your target, this is your ship, target, ship, and all that fun stuff. If your ship's firing but it's rotating, your weapon systems that were up here are now cooling off while your weapon systems down here are beginning to engage. And you're literally just giving them time to do what they do as you're pumping all sorts of ordnance into it. Actually, no, that was in this one that I'm working on here. But I also did that on the the battleship Poltava. I remember that distinctly on human battleships, which actually wasn't a battleship. It was a cargo ship that was armed. And that's what they did. They rotated, but they actually found that out by accident because they didn't realize the weapons were going to recoil so harsh. So again, one or two lines, if you're putting in your story that you're using certain weapons, you have to show how that works. So back to the chats here. Okay, where was I? Everybody's pleasantly surprised that Hamish is here, which is good. How many of the sinful pirates are in the chat? Sinful pirates. That's okay. If we were doing a space-based game where he could steal shit, that would be honestly hilarious. Okay. Hamish says, to me, you're the best storyteller I know. Well, thank you very much. I have always had a talent for it. I just wish somebody had told me emphasized the fact that I had a talent for it when I was younger. And then I would actually not be doing just chats online. I would be doing full on TV and movies, or I'd love to do a manga or an anime. I really would. I think that would be all sorts of fun. It would be a lot of work, but it'd be worth it. Reason being is because certain things don't fly here on this side of the pond, and I'm sorry, but those woke producers and directors just need to go away. And I'm just glad that AI is going to allow us to actually not have to worry about a woke voice actor anymore, because those guys were getting on my nerves. Demon said, what Hamish said, with a finger in the air. Okay. Ava says photon-based weapons have such little recoil that the math barely even shows the force unless they're using a Death Star-like lasers. Then why am I suddenly next to Pluto when I was next to Earth? Yeah, actually, that's true. Photonic-based weapons are like that as well. The kicker is when you actually go into, again, particle-based weapons. Now, in Mass Effect, they use a heated particle weapon, even though it blurs the line between ballistic and energy. Honestly, that thing, if it wasn't shooting straight out front, those engines should make it slow down. Even on full burn, the force going backwards from that should be enough. Let's see. Kinetic weapons have little heat to produce, but limited ammo. Energy-based weapons are high heat, unlimited ammo. There's a blurry line there, Ava. There is. Okay. Point defense systems, unless you have one hell of a setup for some sort of Gauss rifle, you're going to be using standard chemical induced projectiles. God damn it, I can't talk. Holy shit. Okay. And anybody who's fired a lot will tell you that those barrels get very hot very quick. When I was on the machine gun range, I still remember one of the guys walking over and lighting a cigarette off the barrel that I was shooting. And I was just like, okay, time to change the barrels because they'll wear out. So again, if you're talking projectile weapons that are coil guns, rail guns, that sort of thing, yeah. Again, the counter force that comes out of a projectile launching out the side, that's what you got to watch out for. Now, the thing with the ballistic weapons, if they hit, it's devastating. It's going through. Okay, it's just gonna go through. It's gonna penetrate them so fast that they're gonna just say, "Ouch!" I hope they held their breath. Okay. Demon says, is Pluto still a planet? I forget if they did. No, they downgraded it. The thing is, if they were supposed to bring it back to a planet and then they didn't, and then they did again, they were gonna again. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Kobe says, like the Gatlin effect. Yes, exactly. Those barrels were designed that way for a reason. It wasn't because it did make it easier to cast the way the the octagon shape that it had. It also helped with dispersing heat. But I think he's also after the fact that it's basically 8 bolt action weapons at the same time. And yeah, that actually is what made it good. You can actually just grab one of the pieces, pull it out if you had a jam, and the whole rest of the system would work. Heyman says, yes, do an anime or a manga. That would be so cool. But take your time so you can do it. I believe in. I would love to do. That isekai that I created, I specifically designed it so it could be a manga or an anime. That's why I think it didn't go over so well as an audio story. But I still think it would be funny to see even in the books, to see that prince go, what is this little weapon? What is it going to, this can't do anything. Idiot. Let's see. Lego Fleet Battles says, do you still have your notes with you for New Life in the Stars? I'm not sure. I don't think I have. I think I have the last 2 episodes. The thing is, back then I wasn't actually making notes. Not really too much. Hold on. I'm going to look through the very bottom ones here to see if I have any. Oh, shit. I just walked into it. I'm going to show you guys. This is how I used to do it. And everything used to just kind of come off of my head. That was the last 2 chapters right there. That was it. That's all I had. And I had to sit here, and what you don't see is another notebook where I would actually draw everything out, and I would have numbers and everything so I would know where everything was. All the rest of it, I tossed. I didn't think I would need again, and now I feel like a schmuck. So, yeah, I don't have the notes for that anymore. That's what's left. It was actually right where I thought it would be on the bottom. Okay. Kobe says you can steal other players' ships in Star Citizen. Just saying. If you don't know what that means, strategically transfer equipment to an alternate location. Yeah, it wasn't so fun when the mercenaries that were around my area decided to try and rob our Humvee. They almost got cut in half by my saw. And yes, a squad automatic weapon. That is what I had. Yes, it was locked and loaded. Yes, I pulled the bolt back. Yes, I had the safety off. And yes, I was about to kill the motherfucker. They wanted our ammo. And they were going to take all of it and leave us with nothing. All I can say is no. While they were on that post, we had to, or on that fob, we had to sit there and overwatch our trucks all the time. So screw them. I didn't care. I literally watched one of their vehicles got hit by an IED. Nobody got hurt, but their truck burned to nothing. And we just looked and go, so what? They're mercenaries. Lego Fleets Battle says, my star. Okay, I guess I'm your star. Starlight, star bright. Maybe Mr. Argo just had throat surgery. Oh, shit. He's not reading for the next couple of months. Oh, shit. I didn't know that. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate for him. That's beyond unfortunate, actually, because that's the way he makes his money. So, here's to, hoping everything goes well for him, because, again, he runs a good channel. He does a good job. Okay. Lego Fleet Battles says, something I love with the Expanse is that when they fire their PD guns, they also fire small thrusters behind the gun itself to stop from pushing the ship. Yep. That's exactly what needs to be done. And actually, in the Halo books, if you guys read the first ones, the first two are really good. The third one's pretty good. After that, their quality kind of tailspins in. But they even say, when the MAC guns fire, there's a shake and a shudder, and they have to do the same thing. The shudder is when it fires, the thrusters kick in, but there's a delay between the two. But you can't turn the thrusters on too early, or else you're just going to have the same thing. Just instead of being rocked backwards, you're going to be rocked forwards. Nothing's perfectly timed. And again, one line. That's all you needed. But yeah, it's that's a good thing they did in the Expanse. They did a really good job of the Expanse. I can do without the drama because I get enough drama in my life. Hamish says, I love railguns. Yeah, those things were perfected in the late 70s, early 80s. We just now got them. Although I personally think coil guns are better, but to each their own. They work the same way. I have my preference. It's like the difference between a 9mm and a 45. Honestly, there's almost no difference in ballistics. Let's see. Demon says, okay, so I just misread your name, Lego Fleet Battles. I saw Lego Fleet Battles and it hurt. Okay. Ava says, fun fact, industrial grade chemicals are so impure that just so they are more effective. Yeah, actually, that is 100% true. That right there is the reason why Russian ammo is more effective. It doesn't misfire as much, but it is dirty. Holy shit. Oh my God. I hate cleaning anything that's had Russian ammo put through it. It's just dirty. It's just, oh shit. Hamish again dropped in another $5 New Zealand super chat. He says, can a super powerful railgun penetrate a powerful race shield? I'm sure that's where you're going with the race shields of Star Wars. And yes, I will continue to call it race shield because that's what everybody seems to want to call it. Now, here's the fun thing. Yes, that's the short answer. Yes. Now, if anybody says that the battleships known as Star Destroyers have a race shield around them, I personally am calling bullshit. Reason being is because every single time you see them, it doesn't matter if it's this TV show, it doesn't matter if it's the movie. Whenever they activate a shield, the only thing they get right is it is so powerful to stop something physical that you can physically see it. Okay, there's enough electrons, there's enough neurons, there's enough everything in the air that you can physically see it. It's dense enough. When in the hell do you ever see that around one of their battleships? You don't, because there's even the Star Destroyer's engines are not strong enough to actually create a bubble that dense. It draws just too much power. That being said, are the Star Destroyers outfitted with ray shields? Yes, the same way Star Trek is to stop rapid decompression. They are designed to seal off a corridor that has been penetrated, which is a great idea. If you don't have blast doors in that area, just turn one of these things on, and there you go. You're all set unless you lose power. And in all honesty, it doesn't matter how strong your defenses are. You get a strong enough attack, it will go through. Pure and simple. And I'll use actual what's going on today. Our like Aegis destroyers and all that have some of the greatest interceptor weapon systems ever created. Against a hypersonic missile, they're pretty fucked. Just because the systems that they're running cannot fully lock onto that. And those systems, the missiles are not designed to stop something coming in that low or high and that freaking fast. So there's always this fight between offensive and defensive. Okay, it just happens. Now, if you're talking different science fiction, it really depends on who's writing it. And if they give somebody, wow, okay, 1 second. It depends if they're giving somebody plot armor stronger than Bhaskar. It's just, that's actually the only thing stronger than Bhaskar's plot armor. But yeah, this where I had to go in there. Okay. Why did I hesitate? I don't know why I hesitated. I'm just reading notes. Fabian says, save your notes. Yeah, I do now. That actually was the last time I threw away notes because I didn't think the channel would do very well after that. And I was like, you know what? This is going to stick around for a while. And I started writing other stuff and I started getting a whole lot more subscribers. And I was like, oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to hold on to this. Let's see. Ava says, Agri Squirrel's second time going into such a search. Oh, shit. I wonder if he's a heavy smoker. Which plays into what Dustin D said. The human ship's dragon's breath. Yeah, I just thought that because it was spitting fire. Almost every single turret was an energy weapon. So it literally looked like it was spitting fire as it broadsided everything. Fabian says, yeah, first one was just preliminary. Would like to see you how that would work. Okay. Let's see. Dustin D. When are weird aliens going to learn never pick a fight with the pink-skinned humans? Well, I don't think they should pick a fight with any of them, but yeah. Yeah, that would be a good idea. And, on that note, on this next story, the one, again, I'm still working on, you're going to have to figure out where the aliens are landing because I didn't say exactly where it is. I hint at it, but you're going to have to figure out where it is. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Fabian says, good night, all. I'm off to bed, up early for, 13 to 14 hour shift planting potatoes. Holy crap. I'm still waiting for my potato seeds to come in. Wow. That's, good luck, Fabian, because that sucks. That's got to hurt. See. Lego Fleet Battles. If we were to make some kind of shield for spaceships to keep them safe, what do you think the most realistic way would be? A wall of steel? Pretty close, actually. The best thing we could do is have a constantly angled frame so that nothing hits directly, and that will actually help everything. And you're not trying to stop things from hitting you, you're just trying to deflect them away. It takes a lot less energy to do that, which is why tank armor is sloped. Which is one of the reasons why I don't, for the longest time, I gave, the Trekkie Treks a lot of crap for having rounded designs on their ships. Unfortunately, it kind of sort of works. Not as good as the BattleTech drop ships, though. The actual spherical, I'm trying to remember exactly the name of them, that actually come down. Those things literally can be hit from any direction. Unless you hit it exactly center, everything's going to ricochet off. But if you had some sort of energy shield, one of the things you could do is actually have a magnetic dispersal. In other words, instead of a magnet that pulls, have one that pushes. So anything that has a lot of, metal in it, any iron or anything like that, would go away. And it wouldn't actually strike you. Doesn't mean it would stop it, but it would slow down a lot of things. And most of the things at that point that would hit you would be frozen ice, hunks of just basic dirt, maybe something as hard as charcoal. Hopefully you don't get hit with anything as hard as diamond, but there's no perfect shield for that. A lot of old science fiction likes to say there's not. Demon's saying goodnight, Fabian. Everyone's saying goodnight, and you're welcome, Fabian. And hopefully I can keep entertaining you. See. Demon says Stargate Universe did that. Use the shields to seal the ship when holes were put into it. It was pretty cool. Okay. I haven't seen Stargate Universe. The only thing that actually kept me watching Stargate, well, there was two reasons. One, I was in Iraq and I was bored out of my freaking skull, and you will watch anything. I watched all 10 seasons of Smallville when I was over there. That's how bored I was. And also, some of the actors did such a good job. They just enjoyed it, and they're doing it tongue in cheek, and it was just funny. And the guy who plays MacGyver, let's face it, he came up with some of the best quips, and it was just great. But I did not see Stargate Universe. I honestly don't care much for the Stargate series at all. Again, the only reason I watched Stargate is because I was bored. Let's see. Everyone's saying goodnight to Hamish. Good night, Hamish. Let's see. Ava, basic science for space battles. The bigger your reactor, the better your ability to fight. Yes and no. There's a myriad of factors on that. Does it give you a chance to put more power into your devices? Yes. But if your device tops out at, say, 1 megaton, and your enemy has a smaller reactor, but it can handle the 5 megatons that it's launching, then yeah, you're still in trouble. You got all the factors play into that. You definitely have to, especially when it comes to the weapon systems itself. The ability to fight, one, you need to be able to maneuver, especially at long range if you're in a slug match. And two, you got to be able to hit the motherfucker, which also means you need a lot of sensor data. So, yeah. But would it be better to have a bigger reactor? I personally say no. I think it's better to have several smaller reactors in case one of them fails. That's just me. That's my take on it. Whenever I personally have designed a spaceship, it always has multiple reactors, preferably with 2 backup reactors or engines of some sort. Most of your engines would be towards the rear. You'd have another one in the center, and you have another one towards the bow. Reason being, that way, if you lose the main engines, you can still operate the 2 other sections of the ship. And they can actually still operate independent from each other. See. Ava says, Armor's goal is to spread the damage so it's not critical and to deflect attacks. Yes. It will, the whole point of armor, I mean, a lot of people hear armor, they always think something different. Are you thinking plate armor? Are you thinking armor on a vehicle? Are you thinking armor on a ship? These are actually very, very different because they are there for different purposes. But yes, if you can deflect the attack, it's better. If you have to stop the attack, it'd be nice. Yes, Cody, you're right. It was the Union class dropship I was talking about. The Overlord is more egg-shaped. But yes, both of those are designed specifically to go deep through space, through asteroid fields, and be able to just let stuff deflect off of them. The Overlord especially, because if you point the nose straight forward, it's got a really nice arrow shape to it. He also said the Lepers class is more aerodyne. Yeah, that's for a quick insertion. Boy, whenever I say that, it always just sounds wrong. See, Lego says if you had an airtight room in space and lit a fire, then there was a hull breach. How long would the fire last, and how long would last long enough to show the flame in space and things like? Okay, if you had, say, like an internal ammo explosion, or you actually had an actual fire, the fact of the matter is, if I take the space shuttle and I take the entire space shuttle, and I just take that little window that's on the side and I pop it out, the air only moves at about 14 miles an hour. It's not very fast. It won't suck you out. It's going to pull you for sure. If you're not holding on to something, it's a weightless environment. It's going to yank your ass over there. And the next thing you know, you're onto the side and you're what's stopping everything. The problem is you're either cooking or freezing on the other side. Anyway, it really depends on the size of the breach. If it's a large breach, it will take, if you blow half of it off, you're pretty much donezo. I mean, you're going to see this tiny little burst. It's not going to be much. By then, there's no oxygen at that point, or not enough for combustion. If you got a little fire or a little hole in a big fire, you will see it blow out, but very, very little bit, because it's not going to go very far until it runs out of oxygen. Now, if it was, say, inside some sort of nebula or something like that has some sort of atmosphere around it, yeah, it's going to just blow out like crazy, and you're just like anywhere else. Now, if you're in, say, I don't know, Jupiter, you might set the planet on fire. Let's not do that. But yeah, that whole question is very, very, there's a myriad of factors on that. Amos says, my voice over time is getting better. You came a long way from your first video. Thank you. I hope so. I really, really hope so. And I appreciate the compliment very much. Let's see. Dustin says, the Borg probably have the best shield in all of Trek with, I'm guessing that's supposed to be true. Electromagnetic, graviton. Sorry, it jumped on me. Graviton. Now, I'm not familiar with the Borg stuff. I hate to do this, but I'm not going to say I know something when I don't. I'm not familiar with the Borg. I stopped watching Trek a long time ago. I unfortunately watched what was that? The Voyager one, which honestly was basically Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman in space, and it sucked balls. So yeah. Oh, Amos says, I gotta go. Bye. I haven't listened to any of your new videos, so I'll start on it tonight. So I've been busy with work. Gotta go back to work. Gotta go. He definitely gotta go. Hey, make sure, if you haven't actually heard the series or the one that just finished there, Hamish, if you're still here, make sure that you start from the first one and just kind of let the playlist go. And let me know if it's not in order. I'll fix it. Because I don't know why YouTube does that. It just scrambles it up and it drives me freaking nuts. Dustin D says, is there a reason the Starfleet, I'm guessing that's supposed to be Ambassador, and newer ships have triple redundancies because you need them. they say they're not a military. I call bullshit. All their ships are extremely well armed. I mean, they're covered in all sorts of weapons, but you need triple redundancy. Any military vessel will have triple redundancy, if not more so. I mean, hell, even when I went out, when I go out of the field, I have extra gloves as a redundancy. I always have 2 extra sets of gloves as redundancy. I always have extra eye pro for redundancy. You know, everybody does. War Sniper says, wait, the stream's earlier this time. Yeah, that's due to the time change there, Sniper. And let's see. Demon says, have a good one, Hamish. And everyone's saying hi to War Sniper in the chat. Good to see. Yeah, I'm sure everybody was complaining in the Discord. Okay. I was thinking the stream would start 4 minutes. No, start earlier. No, I can't help that. Again, take it up with Ben Franklin. I got nothing. And Amish saying buying. Let's see. Ava says, funny thing, Kale is actually a machine gunner, fires 5,000 rounds in a single mission, hits 50%, and somehow doesn't run out of ammo. I'm not even sure where you're going with that, Ava, so I'm going to keep going. War Sniper says, hey, Sin, it's my birthday. Well, in your time zone, it's still my birthday. Yeah, they brought this up before, Sniper. And yes, we did give you happy birthday wishes at the beginning of the stream. You're not hiding anything from here. We already know. So happy birthday to you. Have a drink. Let's see. Dustin D says, even with its design flawed computer system, the Ambassador class ship USS Enterprise Charlie managed to be outgunned 4-1, while had plot tools still managed to be totally blown up by tightly Romulan shit. Again, I haven't watched it in a long time, man. So I'll take your word on it. That really depends on the writer on those. Because unfortunately, because those, just like Star Wars, it was made a long time ago, they are sticking with certain things that they had to do back then. And the whole thing, shields down to 20%, shields down to 15%. Yeah, that's not bringing drama to me, pal. I'll watch one of your engines blow off, and then I'll be concerned. Let's see. Dustin D says, very badly damaged third ship while being towed by the 4th Romulan Type A warbird. Okay. Hey, if you're not dead yet, keep shooting. Let's see. Ava says, in space, triple redundancy is minimum for civilian ships. Yeah, that's true. Lego is back. Don't step on them. I find the Borg dumb, as if they got hit with a railgun and no shields, they would be screwed, as they don't have slope design, and it's a damn wall of steel. Yeah, they have some sort of regen thing that goes in there, and I'm just sitting there like, if you can regenerate like that, why are you trying to get more species? Because your species live forever. I mean, yeah. They miss so many in the Star Wars or in the Trekkie Treks. It's crazy. Dustin C, why is YouTube rate buggy? Oh, it's the update, Dustin. It's the update. We've been having trouble all night on this one. Space engineers, yeah. I guess the Borg would be space engineers. Let's see. Thanks. I'll have a drink with you. Yeah. Pizza, it's on the way. Yay! Okay, I just sounded like Kermit the Frog there. Yay! Okay. Every other YouTube video played well. Just again, it's the update. Again, it's refresh it, see if it works. I don't think I'm going to be on too much longer, but we'll see. Ava says, I'm going to jump out. See you guys soon. Pizza time. All right. See you, Ava. We may or may not be here when you come back because we've been on here an hour. It's been absolutely crazy tonight. I didn't expect everybody to be on. I thought this would be a really quick stream, and I've been proven wrong again, which, you know what, is not so bad. I hope you guys are enjoying this night, and I'm glad you're here with me as we travel out to the stars to try and find interesting aliens so we can kill them. Okay. Lego wants to know what stories or ideas am I working on than the uploaded ones. Well, like I said, I got this one here, which honestly, I'm going to have to change the name because it's not coming out exactly the way I want it to. But I will be working on, when I'm done with this, I'll be continuing the series. I think it's only got 2 more chapters to go when you are the alien. And also soft or chewy on the outside, hard on the outside, soft and chewy on the inside. That one, honestly, it was a well-liked series, but I didn't expect to actually expand it. A few people have been asking me to do so. And then after that, I'm going to be going on to fan suggestions. Again, I keep all my notes now. I still have them all from all you guys. Every time this live stream, it goes on here. So I'm not bullshitting you. But that's what I'm going to be working on. Where was I? War Sniper says, you're our highlight of the week. Oh, God. You need to get out more. Okay. Lego, death to the bugs. Democratate. Why not? Demon says, I wonder why they don't use asteroid belts more often as a defense line. Just place guns, launchers all over the floating rocks, mines, etc. I only remember Clone Wars doing that. They did, but here's the thing. They knew exactly where the enemy was coming from. If you have, and they have their own little way where they have space lanes, which means everybody comes in from a certain direction. You can't park too close to one because if somebody comes out too far, they're going to crash into you. So that's how they're able to get away with all that. That being said, they had a very small corridor that they had to look after. If they had to watch the entire asteroid belt, which is farther out than Earth, by the way, holy crap, you'd have to mine the asteroid belt down to almost nothing to create enough mines and guns to be in said asteroid belt. It's counterintuitive. Now, if you're, again, now you want to look at hard physics, to get around that, all you have to do is jump in at the zenith or nadir point of a star, and you're going to bypass the belt completely. And if you're using a jump system, you're going to bypass it completely. So it really depends on your situation. It's a big deal where you got to just, situation dictates everything on that. So does terrain. Would it be great to be able to just line up a whole bunch of guns? Sure. But it makes a whole lot more sense just to have your ships armed. Unless, like I said, in Star Wars, they have the space lanes. Lego's sitting here saying Liberty that we tossed in a harbor a long time ago. They're 10,000 kilometers away from each other. Yeah. Yeah. And if you're using direct fire weapons, they'll definitely see that coming. Yes, new name for the Roboto's got. Okay. Okay, why not? So I haven't played whatever that is, Planetfall or whatever yet, or Helljumper or whatever. I haven't had time. I've been so damn busy. I have my gaming computer right over there. I haven't touched the damn thing in like 2 weeks. And I've been running wires and a whole bunch of stuff downstairs. It's just crazy. Helldivers 2. Okay. Maybe once I get everything hooked up, if I can, I'll probably end up having my nephew playing because he needs some place to go and hang out for a while I'm busy, and he can get away from his mom for a while. They kind of been at each other for a minute, but it is what it is on that. And seeing that it is 7:40 and most everybody kind of boot scooted out of the chat for a while. Some of you guys are still here, and I appreciate that very, very much. I appreciate everybody who shows up here every Wednesday at 18:30 Eastern Standard Time, even though that has just changed. I appreciate you guys coming in, spending some time with me. I hope you guys enjoy the stories. Whenever you guys have a comment, concern, complaint, whatever, put it in the comments section. Boy, that's a lot of C's to deal with. And I will look at it. I look at the comments at minimum twice a day. Okay. I always do that. Sometimes I'm writing, I need a break, and I just go right in the comment section. I see what's up. So I will make sure that all issues are covered. And who knows, maybe if you come up with something funny, it will end up in the suggestion box, like me sounding like some guy named Christian Slater or the slime bonobos. I'm sorry, I just about fell off my chair when I read that one. That was just funny. So, also, for those who joined late, I want to remind you that one thing has changed on the channel, which is on either Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever that story comes out, I will be sending out the special thanks to anybody who has sent me something special in the chat. And just kind of a shout out again, special thanks. And it's going to be up there forever. I'm not going to take it off. So on that one, safety brief. If you drink, you don't drive. You drive, you don't drink. If your buddy wants to drink and drive, feel free to kick his ass. If you can't kick his ass, call me. I'll kick their ass. And, little soldier's going in the bush. Make sure he wears his poncho. I'm sure that joke is getting old. I got to be careful with it. It's an antique. And aside from that, just remember, those of you who live in the countryside, it is getting to be springtime, which means critters are going to be having their kids, which means be careful on the roads, folks. It's also that time where things get warm, then things get hot, and then things suddenly get cold. Okay. And we just had it where the rain came down and it suddenly got cold. There was black ice all over the road. I hate black ice. It freaks me out. I've almost got myself killed half a dozen times with black ice. I don't want you guys to deal with that shit. So take care of yourselves. And this is Syntext punching out.